So we had started a kind of an interesting conversation last night. We came on stream last night and just I drank beer and
I'm
we
still
fucked
waiting
around.
on you to tell me why.
Why what?
Ain't nothing but a heartache. That's the second time in 2 days you've walked into it.
God damn it.
Well,
I just want it that way, I guess.
I guess it was a mistake.
Jesus. So we were talking about the Hall of Fame. Was that what you want to talk about again today?
Yeah, I kind of want to just touch up on it because for anybody looking for that live stream last night to go to audio podcast, you're SOL. That was just us, wife free, kid free, just wanting to hang out and chill, and we thought, fuck it, might as well go live and just see what happens. Yeah, we were talking about the Hall of Fame. It started off in the WWE Hall of Fame, who was officially announced already. Nothing new has been announced in the 16 hours since we recorded.
Correct.
So it's still Triple H, it's still Michelle McCool, and it's still Lex Luger. At least two of those three, well deserved. One of those questionable because it's not Victoria. Hit me up. Anyway, but we got into it and we started thinking, there's usually a celebrity that goes into a Hall of Fame, and in the past couple of years they've put a tag team in.
Yeah.
And it started off with a tag team, and I gave you what rumors I heard about Demolition and Earthquake and Typhoon, but we kind of veered off and started what other tag teams is there right now that are not in the WWE Hall of Fame that we can put into the Hall of Fame, whether it's due to Legends contracts, whether it's some sort of verbal agreement, or if they're even working for another company that we're partnering with. Well, I say that they're partnering with right now. Hello, Chicken and Waffles. How are you?
All right.
My compliments to the chef. So I want to revisit that and see if after sitting on it for a little bit with a good 6-pack of beer in you, if you've thought of anything further, if you kind of disagreed with what we were talking about. The Midnight Express is in the WWE Hall of Fame, as well as the APA Bristol. That was the only time Jim Cornette showed up on WWE television in the last decade.
But thanks for your input.
Yeah, definitely, brother. Definitely. Bristol, we love you. I'm still mad about that 3 count, but I still love you.
Let's start with wrestlers who aren't currently in the WWE Hall of Fame. Right?
TFK.
Well,
yeah. Anyway, so I sat on it. I stewed on it. Somebody brought up the New Age Outlaws.
Okay.
I think it was Big Johnny that brought that up in the chat. I sat on it for a little bit and I thought about it, and I'm still at the opinion of what they've done after their initial run and coming back and helping everybody. I'm still not quite convinced that they deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame because they already are in it as a part of DX, and I think that was the biggest high mark of their career. But I'm still going to go back and say the Hardys because I get it. They're signed with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
They're that company's tag team champions until we come in. However, with the way their bodies are starting to break down, especially Jeff, I don't see him working much longer.
Right.
And I don't see him signing anything other than a Legends contract once the TNA thing ends, because I don't think he's really going to have too much left in the tank at all. Maybe a couple appearances here and there, maybe that one last WrestleMania. Lightning. So
was a pair.
Yeah, so I'm still under my impression that this is the year to pull the trigger on the Hardys because, granted, they're signed with TNA, they're still able to go. So why not give them that one last WrestleMania moment while they can still do it? And I say they because, like I said, it's more Jeff than it is Matt because
Matt has changed his style so much to where he could probably do this until he was 80.
Yeah.
Jeff has never changed.
He's learned to work within his means. Well, and it's kind of that statement that kind of goes back to how our good friend Shane Mercer kind of described himself when we had the interview with him last year. He does so many certain things repeatedly that's what he's known for now, and so he draws himself into a corner to where if he doesn't do those things, nobody wants to see him.
Right.
So if Jeff Hardy doesn't go hit Whisper in the Wind, if Jeff Hardy doesn't go hit Poetry in Motion, if he doesn't hit the Swanton, motherfucker, are we watching Jeff Hardy? So do the finger fling? I can do that while drying my hands in the fucking local bathroom at the fucking Sunnies.
Yeah, I don't know. With Jeff, it is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be hard in the same way in 10 years when Ricochet becomes a mat wrestler. It's just gonna. Jeff is the Daredevil.
Yes,
that's his entire persona.
I agree with that.
Entire career. So it's going to be painful watching him not be that anymore.
Well, let me ask you this, because this is kind of a good segue. We're gonna get back to the Hall of Fame, but I wanna ask this. You say Jeff is the Daredevil, and this is the only way he does. There was a point in time AJ Styles was the same way. But little by little, and you didn't really notice it unless you were looking for it, he pulled things away.
Right.
He doesn't do the moonsault into the DDT anymore. Right. He doesn't do the spiral tap. He doesn't do the Salisbury flop. Nobody's missed that unless it's pointed out to him. Hmm. Maybe Jeff, kind of starts pulling away, like not completely like cold turkey it, but only start using it for special occasions and then just pull it away from there.
I'm saying that's what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. One, he's the least disciplined motherfucker in professional wrestling.
Have you met Ricky Autistic?
Unfortunately. And he's no longer in professional wrestling. As far as I know. Could be.
I got clips.
Fuck. Anyhow.
The arm wringer matches.
The arm wringer matches.
That's the most technical thing in those matches. Arm ringers.
Yep. So I don't know. He needs to start doing that. He needs to add something.
Bring some stuff back.
Yeah.
I remember when he was in TNA, he started using. Basically, it's Rhea's standing cloverleaf, that inverted one that she stands up with. He started using that a little bit. Yeah, in TNA. He did it like 3 or 4 times. Never really got it over. He started doing the leg sweep version of a flatliner, kind of how Ken Anderson does his as his finish. Didn't really get it over. He has moves in his repertoire, but he's so, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain just went blank. He needs these moves in his match so much that he's drawn himself in that corner. He needs to hit Poetry in Motion. He needs to hit the Whisper in the Wind. And half the time he hits Whisper in the Wind, he catches nothing but a straight fucking back bump off the top rope. Yeah. To me, it's a beautiful move, but it's a pointless move at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the Swanton, pull that back some. Only save it for special occasions. Finish it with the twist. You got a stunner version and a cutter version.
Right.
They're there, but you feel in your head that you have to rely on these moves to get over.
But I think that's him in his head. Mm-hmm. I think that if he even just does one of those moves every match, that would be enough for the fans. He doesn't have to do a Whisper in the Wind and a this and a Swanton and a 15-foot ladder.
Yes.
And
I 100% agree on that.
Shit.
I agree 100%.
So yeah, but I don't know that he's disciplined enough to do it. And I think he looks at it as a badge of honor that he's still doing that shit.
And it's the same thing that I fear for Darby Allin in 10 years.
Right.
He's addicted to the adrenaline rush. That
if
he doesn't hit it, he doesn't get that high, so to speak.
I mean, obviously he has addiction issues. And
which he's been doing good the past couple of years. I will give him that.
Correct. But if you're genetically predisposed to have addictions, you do have to fill it with something.
I agree with that.
So maybe the adrenaline is that. I mean, maybe I don't know, but if he wants to wrestle more than another 3 or 4 years, he needs to get smarter about it.
I agree with that, but I'm fearful that he just won't. I
Yeah.
mean, Matt Hardy 20 years ago started changing up his shit. Remember that leg drop he did off the cage on Edge at I want to say it's Unforgiven 04. I want to say that's the pay per view. Anyway, it was a pay per view that him and Edge did the steel cage to kind of finish things off. That's the last time he did that leg drop.
Yeah.
From there on out, he had that limp for 3-4 weeks. So he converted from like the second rope leg drop just to a second rope elbow to the back of the head. Switch shit up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you can hit your greatest hits if you need to. You're still going to see Matt Hardy hit a fucking moonsault on occasions. You're still going to see Matt Hardy hit a side effect on occasions. You're still going to see him pull the ice pick out on occasions. It makes it special to see.
Right.
And Jeff needs to kind of get that in his fucking head. Otherwise, in the next 3 years, he's either going to injure himself to the point he has to retire, or he's going to kill himself. Because I don't know about you, but I was watching those matches on Rampage and Collision with him.
Mm-hmm.
And those swantons, they look dangerous. He damn near sandbagged himself on those swantons.
Yeah.
It's time to evolve.
Yeah, definitely.
But getting back into the Hall of Fame thing,
right?
We don't know a whole fucking tirade. I apologize. My pick's the Hardys because they have a working relationship with TNA at the time. Right now, they have that opportunity to do the Hall of Fame and do a WrestleMania moment one last time, guaranteed. I can't really think of anybody else right now that will draw the money and be more deserving.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the announcement of their Legends deal this year, we had always thought that Demolition was going to be this year's tag team,
right?
So, I personally would rather see the Hardys because, I mean, they were done after WrestleMania 1, which was in what? 84. So we barely saw the Demolition work.
Well, we saw them here and there.
Right.
In the later 80s, but it was not Demolition. They brought in a third person to fucking be the workhorse in that group.
When I think of Demolition, and of course I know plenty about them as a tag team,
yes,
their history. The first thing that flashes to mind is that sign that says, "Why was his hair so nice?" That's what I remember him from.
I remember that.
I don't know what pay-per-view they're referring to, but why was Axe's hair so nice at blank, blank, blank?
Right.
Like, dude came out like in a men's fashion magazine with that hair.
Yeah. He was looking he was getting bitches that night. Oh, you thought that
he was demolishing pussy that night.
You thought that BDSM gear was just for the shows? No, nah. he was going ahead and wrestle that match at 10 so he can be at the hotel room at 11.
That's right.
That's
baby. Right. Trying to demolish it.
So what about the other rumor about Earthquake and Typhoon possibly taking that tag team slot? Do you feel that they've done enough in this business?
No. And I don't know why I feel that way.
I'm the same boat.
But I don't think of them ever when they say, who was a great tag team during this era? Who was a great tag team? To me, the Rock and Sock connection should be in there before fucking Earthquake and Typhoon.
You want the Rock to be in the Hall of Fame? Ooh.
No, I want
mark that time.
I want the Sock to be in the Hall of Fame.
No. You said the Rock and Sock.
I know.
You can't have one without the other.
Talking about being able to draw money and the pops that they got, the Rock and Sock connection.
Yeah, if you get that version of the Rock, not this final boss bullshit.
Yeah. No, but I don't. For some reason, I mean, what's your argument about Typhoon and Earthquake? Like, should they be?
I don't have one.
I don't either.
I mean, if you say their name, I immediately know who you're talking about.
Of course.
I see them in my head. I've watched their work, but nothing's ever really popped off the screen like, ooh, that's Hall of Fame worthy. Ooh, that's worth it. Now, I'm not saying they're not Hall of Fame worthy. But
not as a tag team.
No. To me, I just can't see it.
Yeah.
It'd be like, for example, if we put the Dudleys in, but it's Big Dick and Spike Dudley. Do we do it just because of the name?
Right, exactly.
I mean, Spike Dudley, in my opinion, does deserve a spot at some point.
As the Dudley Boys.
I mean, Dudley was already in it in 2015.
I know, but as the bigger Dudleys.
But the thing about it is, Spike, and I will stand on this hill and die on it. Spike opened up so many opportunities for those 5'6", 150-pound guys.
Yes.
Even just to get squashed, he opened up doors for opportunities for these guys to go on TV and work.
Yeah, 100%.
And God fucking bless them, because I've seen some of the worst bumps in my life. 90% of them are from him. I don't understand how he's not paralyzed or dead.
Yeah.
But
I
again,
mean, can he walk?
He's a fucking firefighter. Yeah.
His body is able to be a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. That man's a superhero.
To be fair, he's about 190 now. Like he's bulked up some.
Muscle?
Yeah, he's not like still that 150 soaking
Why
wet
couldn't
kid.
he bulk up while he was wrestling?
Because it was his gimmick.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I mean,
but to be fair, he did kind of bulk up about 10, 15 pounds when he switched heel in SmackDown and became the Cruiserweight champion. Like he did look good for like 165. Oh. I know it's a little messed up me talking about it, but he still looked pretty good.
That's all right.
But yeah, I don't see Typhoon and Earthquake being in there as a tag team. Singles, one year, one next, just to fill a spot. Yeah, sure. I can understand that.
But I don't think. So who are the great ones that are not in there yet? We're talking
besides the ones we've named.
Talking Edge and Christian.
That's the first name that pops up. I want to.
What about the Rockers?
I want to say the Rockers. Marty's just too fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
I don't he
couldn't come to the fucking ceremony
because of his mental state, and I follow him on Facebook, unfortunately, and he put some off the wall shit, like Sean Morley levels of off the wall shit, Jesus. Just not politically. Unless all those fucking headshots are just set in, and that's just who he is now. You're not going to see the Rockers in the Hall of Fame unless it's like a solo induction with Sean taking the induction for both of them.
Right.
But at that point, I kind of want to talk about that. To me, if you're in the Hall of Fame, you're in the Hall of Fame, right?
Okay.
What's the point of getting inducted twice?
Just recognition.
Still though, like that to me, that was kind of cheesy.
I mean, did the Rockers themselves do anything fantastic? They kind of changed. They changed
the economy of how tag team wrestling was in the early 90s. That I get.
So yeah, I think in that case they should be in there.
I still say that tag team title change that's not acknowledged by WWE should still be acknowledged by WWE. They won the titles on a botch against the Hart Foundation at a house show, and the next night they had to change the titles back over.
Right.
So it's not acknowledged. But it's not their fault Jim didn't kick out. The referee did what he's supposed to. Because I promise you, if you have a fucking referee that counts to 3, that's it. Granted, it's at a house show, but everybody knows about it. Because it was in the same fucking town the next night.
Right.
Otherwise,
back in the day, you could do that. But now, it's on YouTube immediately.
No, I can't. I'm not behind it, dude. I still say that tag team title run should be acknowledged, even if it was 24 hours.
I agree.
But as a tag team themselves, other than, kind of changing the dichotomy and opening doors up for guys like the Young Fucks and shit like that 20 years down the line, I don't see it. I don't see them putting them in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Edge and Christian, that's the first thing that comes to mind. It's not the Hardys, because if it wasn't for the Hardys, if it wasn't for Edge and Christian, if it wasn't for the fucking Dudleys in the late 90s, early 2000s and the TLC stuff, God knows where fucking tag team wrestling would be. They put tag team wrestling on the fucking map. As good I won't say better, but as good as the Steiners did and as good as the fucking Road Warriors did. I mean, some could argue better, but in the era that the Road Warriors worked and in the era that the Steiners worked tag teams, they're all significant.
Yeah. Yeah, that I agree with. Really, I mean, if we're talking about, so do we count people outside of, because Antonio Inoki's in there, isn't he?
So is the Great Muta.
Well,
so is Juice and Thunder Liger.
Right.
And legitimately, Juice and Thunder Liger had one match on WWE TV at an NXT takeover against Tyler Breeze, and it was the Drizzling Shits.
Yeah. So if we're counting what people have done outside of the WWE, you have to say the Good Brothers.
Not yet.
No?
Not yet. I get it. They've been teaming for 10 years. They're great as a tag team. They're one of my favorite tag teams of this era.
I mean, not to go in now, but worthy. I mean, Hall of Fame worthy.
Like once it's said and done, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My one issue with that, with Doc and Gallows, or Doc and Gallows and Anderson. I don't know what the fuck's in this. I think rat poison. With Gallows and Anderson, is you can't really say anything about them without mentioning Bullet Club in the same breath, because that's where it really started. That's where they got the most of their success. And any time, at least in WWE, that they've been brought in / brought back, it's got to be a part of a club, whether it's Balor Club, the club, the original club.
Yeah.
At this point, you know, Michael Cole said it in Pass By about Bullet Club, you know, mentioned them by name. At this point, why not put the original lineup of Bullet Club? And I'm talking Gallows, Anderson, Balor, Bad Luck Fale. Yeah, that was the originals. Then they started bringing in the Young Fucks. Then they started bringing in AJ. Then they started bringing in Omega. And they kind of went NWO on it to a point. But it was more over, at least to me.
Wasn't like 35 people in there at one time?
Dude, there's still like 3 subgenres of Bullet Club.
Jesus.
And I'm not talking about like the Bang Bang Gang in AEW. Like in New Japan, there's like 3 separate factions within Bullet Club. Hell, we're Bullet Club Kingdom. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not? Looking at that trademark. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I have 7 Bullet Club shirts at home. When they were like fucking red hot, like 2015, 2016, before fucking AJ left and Kenny took over. I have 2 original Bullet Clubs. I have the Cody one. I have the Kenny one. I burnt the Young Fucks one. I even have the Stephen Amell one that they had it all out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that one I don't wear, but I love it. Like Bullet Club was fucking over. I tell you what, and you're going to call me a mark for this one, but when I found out they were selling Bullet Club shit at Hot Topic, I went, bought all those shirts, bought 3 pairs of Bullet Club socks, 2 pair of Bullet Club boxers, Bullet Club jeans, and Bullet Club fucking lounge pants, and spent well over $400 goddamn dollars at one time. Oh, and a Bullet Club wallet that I still have in my gun safe. $400 because just the name recognition and how cool it was within the community of pro wrestling.
Right.
It kind of opened up doors, because let's face it, a bunch of rednecks thought Bullet Club was like a gun thing and they bought the shirts just for it. And so fuck it, I don't care. You gave them their money.
Right.
But you put Bullet Club's name out there. So when it's all said and done, yes, Gallows and Anderson, bar none. But I don't think as a tag team, I think the proper thing to do is to induct Bullet Club. The original members.
Go with that.
I mean,
I can go with that.
Even if you want to like put AJ into that. Because, you know, when the day Balor left Bullet Club, AJ took over Bullet Club.
Michael Cole told me that Cody started the Bullet Club.
Oh, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. I forgot, dude. I'll be honest. I completely forgot Cody was in Bullet Club.
In there,
yeah. Like he was never a leader or anything like that. You know, it went from Balor to AJ to Kenny.
Right.
And then from Kenny, pretty much. That was a good sound effect. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I could see them acknowledging Bullet Club and putting them in the Hall of Fame. But unless they stay away from Bullet Club or any kind of club mention, just strictly do solo shit as Good Brothers, and they make a fucking tear on the Indies or New Japan, which I'm sure they will, they're going to have to go in with the faction.
Yeah.
Either way, their careers are fucking amazing. They're still one of my favorite tag teams.
100%.
Fake Kane and fucking knockoff CW Anderson. Yeah, I'm here for it.
All right. Well, I think that's about going to do it for us today, brother.
Sure about that? Oh, shit. Damn, we are about at the end of our rope today.
Yes, we are.
Oh.
How about some pleasantries?
Well, before we get to the pleasantries, once again, I want to thank Ava Brooks for coming on and giving her story and spending time with us and not suing us. But ladies and gentlemen,
it's always a possibility.
Shut the fuck up. Do not forget to hit all the social medias at Heel Shit Podcast. Leave a like, comment, all that good stuff on the YouTube. Speaking of the YouTube, the premium memberships start at just 99 cents. You got the $1.99 and the $4.99, all with their individual perks. Go check it out. Become a part of the Heel faction. Let's see what else. Do not forget that this Tuesday night, we will have Edgar with Weekend Wrestling. I'm going to be honest with you. I got to finish watching last week's wrestling all the way through for me to basically say anything about it, because I know we had SmackDown overseas last week. We have Raw overseas tomorrow. So that's going to be really interesting with Netflix and seeing how the servers handled that so early in the day.
Yeah.
So we'll touch topic on that one as well as a couple other things. We may do talking shit Thursday night. I know the last couple of weeks our schedules have just been chaotic and just haven't been able to line up to do a talking shit on Thursday night. So we do apologize about that. I'm not going to guarantee it this time, but just look out for the notification. If you don't get the notification, go find that bell, hit that bell on the YouTube. That way you're notified of any time we go live.
Exactly.
That.
Hey, Zachary.
Don't forget the merch.
The merch.
We'll do it one more time. Is beautiful. As always, we have the Heel Shit Podcast merchandise. We have Forbidden Kingdom merchandise. We have the individual members merchandise as well of Draven Grimes, Dark Chords, and Rip Ruiz, our Puerto Rican sex god, our Rican Reaper. We miss you. We love you. We can't wait to have you back on the show soon. We also have the Fuck Logan Paul shirts, which I need sold out by WrestleMania because I want to see black and yellow all across that fucking stadium, night 1 and night 2 of whatever fucking Logan Paul does, as well as the Pole Watcher shirts, because you may be watching that pole in the club, but who's watching you watching that pole at the club?
Pole Watcher.
The Pole Watcher. Cups, shorts, hoodies, shirts, tank tops. Johnny, we have not forgot about you because I know you fucking watching and or listening. We're working on the tank top situation as we speak. And with that, we're done.
All right. Don't forget to hit the socials. Also, don't forget about the YouTube memberships.
Yes.
3 tiers starting as low as 99 cents a month. And for Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Chords. Want to give a big shout out to Ava Brooks for joining us. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain.